Mr. Fitzy and Amelia's drawing show. Bust out your crayons, come on, let's go. Mr. Fitzy and Amelia's drawing show. Time to let your imagination flow. Get ready, get set, let's go, go, go.
Hi, welcome to the Mr. Fitzy and Amelia drawing show. Amelia, you're kind of off the camera. You're going to have to scooch around. Come into the safe harbor. I don't know if that gives you a key of what we're drawing today, but I'm going to start off with a little art history. And art history is where we learn about the artists of the past. I've got this great big book, American Painting, and on the cover is a painting by an artist named Edward Hopper. He was a realist. That means that his pictures looked the way that things look in real life. And this one is Cape Elizabeth, Maine, and it is the lighthouse at Two Lights. That's where this was painted, way up at the top of the east coast of the United States. And it's in the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Now, you may know Hopper.
What happened after I put my Band-Aid on? It got all shriveled up, like it was in water.
Yeah, that happens sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah, because it was
cut
so
her, but
hot.
you know what? I know you want the scissors here, but no one's going to see you if we put them up there now. All right. Oh, here we go. Since we're from the Chicagoland area, Nighthawks is in the museum, the Art Institute of Chicago. And also, this is another famous one by Hopper, this New York movie. And you can see the movie usher up there. She seems kind of isolated from the people watching the movie. So let's get back to this one, a lighthouse. Why are we doing a lighthouse? What do you think, Amelia?
Because we looked at this book a couple nights ago, and you're like, let's do a lighthouse.
It gave me a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and what are lighthouses for, do you know?
I don't know.
Well, they are a navigational aid and for helping maritime ships, pilots, navigate their way at sea, away from a dangerous coastline. It could be rocky or reefs there, hazardous shoals. There could be some dangers there, and it helps give us safe entry. So Amelia has already started. Don't show yours yet, though. Okay. Let's wait. Let's wait on that, and I'll do this step by step. But I also thought lighthouses would be kind of an interesting thing to draw because they protect those boat pilots, those boat captains, from danger. At least they used to. Some of them aren't working anymore. They're just more for show. And artists love to paint them. And people go visit them. I know in Door County, Wisconsin, where I would go as a boy for vacation, we would visit lighthouses all the time. Always kind of stuck with me. Sometimes as an artist, you want to try to paint something that you have a connection to. But I thought sometimes a lighthouse keeper kind of can be a sort of a lonely job, right? If it's just up you there in the lighthouse. So since we're socially isolated right now and we're all at home, I thought a lighthouse could be a kind of a stand-in, a way for the artist to draw their apartment, draw their house, draw their condo, their townhouse, wherever we live. Hotel. Could be lots of different places that people live. And like in Hopper's, there's windows. So I decided that we're going to make a window for each person of our family. All right, what shape is the lighthouse?
Kind of like a big triangle.
A big triangle because it's kind of pointy at the top?
Uh-huh.
Do you know what Let's see. Take a look at my water glass. What shape, what three-dimensional shape is this? Let's get
cylinder.
a cylinder. Is a lighthouse a cylinder? Like my Beatles glass? It is kind of a cylinder. So when we draw a cylinder, we're going to draw it kind of flat. So it's going to be almost like a big rectangle, but then it has a little bit of a curve at the bottom.
Do you want to see my lighthouse?
Oh, wait. Are you going to show them already? All right, go ahead. Oh, wow. You did a paper cutout of a lighthouse, too.
No, that's not my lighthouse.
Ah, you're keeping them in suspense. Remember.
That's a fish tree.
A
tree. A tree.
I like your fish tree.
I'm trying to make it a tree.
Then at the top, we're going to go like this. Add some triangles there. Now, just like everything that we make on the Mr. Fitzy and Amelia drawing show, you can make your lighthouse a different way. It's all up to you. At the top, they had lenses and oil lamps. So lighthouse keepers were known as wickers because they trimmed the wicks of the oil lamps in the White House. They had to keep everything in working order because then they can signal to the boats. There we go. There's the top of our lighthouse. Mine goes a little bit off the page. Oh, are you going to get down our magic eye?
Try to. At least try to.
All right, I taped it up there.
I'm gonna have to move.
All right, hold on here. Let me help you. All right, you're gonna be doing that.
Okay.
Oh, all these stuff's gonna fall on the floor if I'm not careful. All right, hang on.
You can keep on going.
Don't tell OSHA. She's standing on a chair. You're supposed to use a step stool. All right, here we go. Now come down. All right.
Okay, now I have the magic eye for that.
For the end. Okay, good. Okay.
Keep on doing it.
Thank you.
Gonna move all this stuff.
All right. Oh, perfect. You did that just great. Now, can you get back through here?
Nah, I can go
You
the
can go the other way? Okay.
Buy a new microwave.
So, our windows are like this. How many people do we have in our family, Amelia? 4.
And then we're gonna do a cat.
Yeah, 4, and then if you count Crystal, and you all know who Crystal is, that was in our earlier episode.
Oh, yeah.
And I know a lot of you may be waiting, hey, why aren't they going to do dogs? I have a pet dog. How about fish? I have a pet fish. Well, we'll get there. There's lots of things to do on a Mr. Fitzy painting show. Okay.
I think I got the wrong pet.
So I got the windows. Oh, don't put the sticker on mine. You could put the bunny on yours if you want. That's fine.
A bunny.
Thank you for asking.
A bunny. A bunny. A bunny. 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 Wait.
All right.
You are
Here.
a bunny. You are a
Move
bunny.
your bunny back to your paper.
Bunny. Bunny. Bunny.
You get back to your
I
lighthouse.
got this from a craft guy.
Okay, you get back to your lighthouse. Now, at the
Let's
bottom.
start a lighthouse now. It is, what is this?
Okay, hold on.
Looks like it.
I'm going to do a tricky part. Can you hold on for a second while I do this part so people can follow along? We're doing that square that the lighthouse is sitting on, okay? So I did a line behind it.
Bunny,
And there's that trapezoid. We talked about this during our radiant ambulance drawing. Even a square, the top of that base, that's what we call it. The lighthouse sits on a big stone base. It's a square at the top, but it looks like a trapezoid when we draw it. All right? Okay, here. Can you scooch a little so people can see? You can put a lot of bunny stickers on your lighthouse. That's good.
Bunny
if you have stickers, if you have extra things at your house, you can always use them on the Mr. Fitzy Painting Show.
Like a sticker of your cat or dog or fish.
That's up to you. All right, now. I think we have a pretty good lighthouse in there. Looks like our black is getting a little run down. So I'm going to switch colors. I'm going to switch to blue when I start doing, well, wait. Let's do green first. Let's have some hills. A lot of times lighthouses will be up on hills or mountains. A bluff, we might call it, that looks out over the sea or over the lake or the water. And then I'm going to use blue. Here, scooch the crayons over here. Come on. People got to be able to see. That's why I have everything over there for you. All right, good. Keep working on yours. So then the sea. Just like in Three Little Dolphins, I'll start these waves.
Mine is not going to be on this. Mine is going to be on grass.
On your lighthouse on the grass?
It's not going to really be a lighthouse. It's going to be like a lighthouse slash like a lifeguard chair.
Lifeguard chair. That I like.
Lifeguard chair lighthouse.
Lifeguard chair lighthouse. I love it.
For the lifeguard to look over the little mini pools.
Now, we've got our sea out there. It's kind of waves. It's a little choppy. Is there any danger at sea? There sure can be, especially when it's stormy. That's one of the reasons that lighthouses are around. So I'm using lots of curvy lines.
And you can put some greens like in there, of course. Like greens everywhere in the water.
Yeah.
And like you can do like green in the sky, like teals, greens.
Teals and greens in the sky too. And then what did I just put in the sky now?
You put a cloud.
Well, take a look. What does it look like?
A cloud.
Looks like a cloud, or maybe like the wind.
Yeah.
And I used purple for the sky. Does this sky start to remind you of anybody?
No.
Let me see as I keep going. We've got the moon there.
A mustache.
And then these are some stars. We get back to that radiating, right? Keith Haring isn't the only artist who did things that radiate. What if my radiating stars and swirls of wind and night sky start to look like? Whose artwork?
And this Friday, we're going to show all the drawings. Or Saturday.
Saturday? We're going to have to go through and make sure we have them all colored.
Yeah, and we're going to color them if they're not colored.
Well, let's get back to my art history question. Who has a very famous nighttime sky? Big hint, major hint right there.
Who?
I've stumped you?
It's asking them.
Oh. Not Leonardo. Good, you're on the right track.
We read about this last night, and that was one of the questions in the book.
Now I'm really getting carried away on doing these swirls, and I'm going to have a fun time coloring this one in.
Wow.
It is stormy. These are stormy times in the United States and in the world. Our schools are closed. We're sheltered at home, safe, keeping everyone healthy and safe.
Can I do the moon? Wait.
You want to do the moon with the special golden marker? Yes, and you know what? I really like how you asked me. She's going to do her best coloring. Let's see how she does on the moon.
And I'm going to do more stars, and then I can do color it in with the gold.
Now, if you don't have a special golden marker, you can use a yellow. Yellow. Kids are always asking me, I don't have a gold. I don't have a silver. Well, here's a tip. For gold, yellow, maybe a little orange. That'll give you golden colors. And if you want silver, you can use black, shaded in kind of grays, that sort of a thing. Ooh, I like those stars.
That's like the sun.
All right.
The sun and the moon.
The sun and the moon, both in the drawing. Hey, can you cap that for a second and go wake up the MacBook? Let's see where we're at on that. Thank you. Now, if you want, you can use that silver on your drawing, because right now I'm going to go back to the bricks, okay? So can you use the silver on your drawing? Really quick, finish that sun? Okay.
Done.
Okay. Now, bricks. Always really a good thing to learn how to draw bricks. We make horizontal lines. We'll stop at the window.
Should I show you my drawing now?
I don't know if we're quite ready for the big reveal yet. We're getting closer. So I'm making all these horizontal lines.
You didn't even see it. Or did you?
I stop at the windows. There we go. Okay, now bricks are staggered. So you don't put one brick right on top of another brick because it's not as strong.
All these pencils.
Hold on.
Need an eraser.
Okay.
Just one eraser.
Well, if you're getting out a pencil, let's organize it a little better than that, okay? Because that's a whole big commotion. And right now I'm teaching people how to draw bricks. I know you need an eraser maybe for your bricks.
No, I'm not drawing bricks.
Oh, you're not
I'm
drawing
not
bricks?
even bricks.
All right. So now,
I'm not even doing bricks.
for your vertical lines, those are lines that go up and down like a tall building, like a lighthouse.
I need racing crayon.
Your erasing crayon, that kids like to do that, and that can be tough. But you don't put it underneath; you put it in the middle, and that's how you show the bricks that are strong.
Once. 10 faces at once.
10 faces at once.
100. Wait. 60 faces of bricks. I'm not going to sit there and count them.
You're not going to count how many bricks? Yeah, and that is actually a good architectural word, the face. You can have a face of a building just like you can have a face of a person. Oh, you know what I forgot? At the bottom, let's see, does Hopper have it in there? No, I guess the door might be down here. Let's take that turquoise. Make a door to the lighthouse in the base. All right. We could put some turquoise swirls, like you were saying, in the sky. We're almost ready. Let's just
maybe like color
draw the faces.
like a little bit
hold on.
brown and
We'll color this with crayons and show you for tomorrow. But for today, we have to draw our family.
I think I'm almost done with that.
All right. And again, we'll color it in later. There I am with my goatee and my long hair. I put myself up top.
Why are you up top? I thought Mama was going to be up top.
You wanted Mama to be up top? Well, you could put her up top on yours.
I already did you up top.
Oh. Give her a smiling face. There she is. Mommy. Next comes Ellie.
Aww.
We're doing it in order of ages. All right, I will change because Crystal's technically older than you, but I won't put Crystal above you.
Okay, you can do Crystal above me.
Should I put Crystal above
yes.
you? And remember that upside down triangle for the cat nose.
Oh, I forgot the ears.
There's her eyes in there, her little tail. And last, but certainly not least, Amelia Jane Fitzgerald. Okay. Now.
And now.
This is a celebration.
Hey!
What's wrong?
You forgot some people.
Who'd I forget?
Fish, babies, toddlers, yeah.
Okay, you're going to have to put some of those in your lighthouse. I know what I can do, though. At the bottom, I will draw one, or here we go. We'll put another window, and we'll put our fish down there. There we go.
Hey!
You want your toys and stuff? I think put that on your lighthouse. It's almost time for the big reveal. Okay, so let's see. We learned a little bit about who. Do you remember the artist's name? Edward. Yeah, that's my middle name. Hopper. Think like a frog. Edward Hopper. And he was a realist. He drew urban. You know what urban means? You ever heard that word?
No.
It means in the city. Like Nighthawks. Like that cafe that had the people. They were all eating in the cafe, but they weren't really talking to each other. Sometimes it's lonely in the city. And especially nowadays, we're keeping to ourselves just for a while to keep us all safe.
Or maybe,
We will be back. Yes.
Or maybe not back.
Yes, we will.
Mom,
Guaranteed schools will reopen.
guaranteed schools would not open.
Well, right now we're doing school at home, but we'll be back. We'll be back. And rural, you know what rural means? If urban means city, what do you think rural means?
Country.
Country, you got it. Very good. All right. This was another fantastic episode. I can't wait to color this in. All right. So, you want to do the big reveal? First, the magic eye. All right, hold it up, show it. Tell us about yours. This is a good thing that artists do. I talk all about mine, so if you could, hold it up and tell us about yours.
Bunny, bunny, bunny. Bunny, bunny, bunny. Bunny, bunny.
You use the bunny stickers to your advantage. Now, hold. Here,
Bunny!
can you back up a little bit? We can't. Hold on. Here, hand it over here. I'm going to hold it and you're going to talk so people can actually see about yours.
Sun, lighthouse, lighthouse.
I really love the stripes on the bottom. When I was doing research for this, there was a lighthouse in Italy that had stripes like that. So you did a really great job. Okay, Amelia stepped out for a second, so I'm going to tell you what we're going to paint for tomorrow.
No!
No what?
No!
No.
Hint!
Okay, thank you. See you tomorrow.
Trying to jacket.
Wow, that was
Mr. Fitzy and Amelia's drawing show. Bust out your crayons, come on, let's go. Mr. Fitzy and Amelia's drawing show. Time to let your imagination flow. Get ready, get set, let's go, go, go.